What's happening, guys? In this video I'll be showing you the basic navigation of Blender and how to navigate Blender like a pro. If you're coming in from Cinema 4D, which was in my case about a year ago, I switched to Blender. This video is going to be for you. Anyway, let's jump in. I'll be covering the basic navigation, the basic transform tools, like the move tool, the scale tool, and rotation, and also different modes that you can be in. For example, the edit mode or the object mode and so on. Anyway, let's jump into it. So if you want to rotate your view around just like this, all you have to do is click your middle mouse button and rotate your mouse in any direction, and that's how you rotate around your view. If you want to zoom in, you can use the scroll up and down to zoom in around your scene. And if you want to pan around, all you have to do is hold shift and click your middle mouse button, and you can pan around the view just like this. And the same commands are available to the right here. This is the zoom icon here that does the zooming, or you can do that with a scroll. The hand does the panning, and for some reason they don't have rotation, and these other two icons is to jump in and out camera view and for orthographic view, which is numpad 5 on your keyboard. So if you click it here, it takes you back into orthographic view. If you click it again, you go back into perspective view. And this gizmo right here is how you go from front, left, top, and right views. So for example, if I click on X, I go to this view. If I click here, I go to top view, bottom, left, and right. Really handy. If you want to do it without clicking on the gizmo, just hold Alt and rotate your mouse and click in your middle mouse button. So you just click and drag it to the left, click, drag it to the right. And with the middle mouse button, you can navigate your 3D scene and different views. And it's the same thing as this gizmo here. When it comes to basic transform, there's a couple different ways. So you have your basic transform tools here on the left. And if this is not showing, all you have to do is click T. T on your keyboard will pop up this menu here. And for example, if I click on the move icon and click on this sculpture of dogs that I got from 3D scans, really nice, you can, using the gizmo, move the dogs around, all the sculpture. And I'm pretty sure all the programs have the gizmo, but in Blender it's all about shortcuts, so I'll be showing you how to do that in a second. Same thing for rotate. If you click on rotate tool, you can rotate your model just like this in any direction, X, Y, and Z, and so on. And same thing for the scale. You can scale on the X, scale on the Y using the gizmo. And if you click on this last one here for transform, it combines all of these three tools into one. And I'm pretty sure all you guys are used to it by now, coming in, for example, from Cinema 4D or Maya. But if you want to use the shortcuts to move things around, it's G. And if you want to snap it to any axes, all you have to do is click X to snap it on X, Y. I just clicked R by accident. Let me do that again. So G and then Y. And then same thing, G and Z. We'll snap it on the Z. And let's move on to scale, which is S in Blender. If you click S, you start scaling. If you want to scale on the Z, you just click Z. If you want to scale on the Y, you click Y. And same thing for the X. So that's how Blender works. It's basically you press the command and then you specify which axis and it executes that command. And the rotation works the same way. So if you do R, it's just going to be rotating based on your view. But if you want to do a specific rotation, for example, X, you click X, it's going to start rotating around X, and then same thing for Y, and same thing for Z. So that's the basic rotation, scale, and position using the gizmos. Or you can use the keyboard shortcuts, which are G, R, and S for scale. Also, don't forget if you want to navigate different views, it's Alt and then middle mouse button drag. So for example, I hit Alt, click my mouse button and just drag. And you can drag around just like this, really fast, really snappy. Anyway, let's move on to the last topic of today's video, which is how to use the edit mode. So for example, if you click on any object, let me just delete everything I see here. And let me bring in a cube, for example. There's a couple of different ways of doing that. You can do add, mesh, and bring in a cube. and then let me hit S and scale. Or if you want to do, if you don't want to use the options here, you can do Shift A, mesh, Shift A, mesh, a cube, and we got our cube here. And if you want to edit this cube and start modeling, the way you get into the edit mode is by clicking the tab. And once you click tab, you have access to edges, faces, and verts, and it's 1, 2, and 3, which are the shortcuts. Or you can click the buttons here, which does the same thing. And another way to get into edit mode is by clicking Control tab, and you have this pie menu, which you can go to object mode, edit mode, texture paint, vertex paint, weight paint, and sculpt mode. So in our case, we want to start modeling, so let's click edit mode, and see it does the same thing. And if I want to get out this, I can click tab, or I can do Control tab, and then go back to object mode. If you do it fast, it will happen fast. You're not going to see the menu at all. So if I do Control tab and then drag it to the left, it does it automatically. And let me try to do it again with object mode. See, it just happens super quick. I don't have to wait and actually click on it. I can just drag and it will go back right in. Anyway, guys, that's about it for this video. If you want me to cover any of these topics and more in depth, or cover any other topics, leave it in the comments. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.